I'm Babs, and this is AI Infotech. This is how you can actually help or assist your company to create a file specification for a confidential data. The kind of data that you don't want anybody to access it. It might actually contain a lot of secret keys or secret volumes. So you actually set the files aside for no one to actually see it. Then you can actually create a volume for this file, a different volume in your server. Once you actually create a volume in your server, and at the end of the day you keep all those files in it, so anyone that actually wants to access it, they want to be requested them for a password. It's only those who actually have the right to actually access that file will be able to actually have the keys to to that file. And again, it should be in case an hacker actually gets in, it will be very, very difficult for them to actually access that kind of file. They will be able to actually access some file that every hacker can actually see, but this particular one that is a secret sales to your company or to your life, it will be very difficult for them to actually go. This is the kind of tools that when you actually use, they will have to put a gun in your head before they can actually get a password from you. I'm just kidding, which means it's a very, very difficult to break into because it's an encrypted key. So right now I'll create a volume. So create an encrypted file. So create a virtual encrypted disk within a file, recommended for inexperienced user, or you encrypt a non-system partitioner drive, which means encrypt a non-system partition on any internal or external drive, e.g. flash drive. I don't have a flash drive. Encrypt the system partition or entire system. Encrypt the partition drive where Windows is installed. Anyone who wants to gain access and use the system read and write file is only read and write. We need to enter the correct password each time before Windows boots, which means this kind you have to actually when you are actually on your system, it will actually request you to actually apply the passwords before you actually access. Optionally create a hidden word or a hidden system. In this system, it will be actually hidden. They won't be be able to actually access that kind of file. So I'll move on to the first one for the first time. So standard variable volume, select this option if you want to create a normal variable volume. Now if you also actually want to create a hidden variable volume, you don't want actually to be visible in your C drive. It may happen that you are forced by someone to reveal the password to an encrypted volume. There are many situations where you cannot refuse to reveal the password. For example, due to extortion, extortion of files, and people actually want to see something that they're not supposed to see. They have to put a gun on your head and tell you, open this thing. No, sorry, I'm just kidding. Using the so-called hidden volume allows you to solve such situation without revealing the password to your volume. So the next thing, click on next. I'll choose the first one. So volume location, where do you want the volume to be? Select the space you want the volume to be. I want it to be on my local disk. Yeah, this place right here. So I will create a name for it. So I'll create CIA veracrypt. So HC safe. So I've actually create on the C drive, which means no file encrypt. It's better you don't actually create a Verycrypt with an existing file. It will not save, it will only overwrite it and delete. You will lost that file you actually are creating it into. Remember that this Verycrypt is just like any other file, but it's actually a disk way, in a disk format that you actually created it. Though, just like when you are partitioning your disk, but this is the in an encrypted volume, in an encrypted vault that shall be encrypted. People will not actually be able to actually access it. So it's better that you actually make a clean volume. Do not have any file in it. Create its own file. So when you actually finish creating that, you cannot you cannot add those files into that vault that you actually have created. So I'm moving on. A variable volume can't reside in a file called Vera container, which can reside on a hard disk, which means it will be reside on a hard disk or on a USB flash drive, etc. A Vera container is just like any normal file. It can be For example, remove or delete, which means you can actually delete and we create back, delete it and create back. When you see, if I actually see that people actually get the password, in the case whereby people actually what have gotten the password, they can actually what recreate it, we delete and we create it back. So you understand. Click select file to choose a file name for container and select the location where you wish the container to be created. Now warning, if you are selecting an existing file, Vera will not encrypt it. You see, I already told you this. The file will be deleted and replaced with the newly created Vera container. You be to encrypt existing file later on by moving them to the Vera container that you are about to create now. So it's better you create all this file finish, then you now move every other file that you actually want to save, move it into that disk after you have finished creating it. If you actually want to get this software, you just go into your Microsoft browser, or sorry, your web browser, type Verycrypt, download, then it will bring it out for you. So moving on, click on next. So I'll click on the next steps. So fish, there's a lot of encryption algorithm that you can actually use here. I'm looking for one. So let's look at the first one. VIP approved cipher, published in 1980, that may be used by US government department and agency to protect classified information. Can you see? This tool is a very, very powerful tool that you can actually use. That is actually used to protect a classified tools, to protect classified information up to this top secret level. You understand? 250-bit keys, 128-bit lock, 14 around, and AEX. Now I'm not actually creating this, I'm just creating this for educational purposes, so you understand. So you actually try and use this first one. So SH, no, don't use this default, use PF. So you come here,